Hello, my name is Ansh Rajiv Gandhi and welcome to my project presentation EDD Technology System. This project is a complete repair management solution developed using Java and MySQL with a strong focus on object-oriented programming principles. I am excited to walk you through the technical aspects, design patterns, security mechanisms, and the live demo of this system. Let's begin with the detailed exploration of the system. Introduction. EDD Technologies originally managed repair operations using Excel, which led to manual errors, poor tracking, and no real-time notifications. In response, I developed a system that features role-based dashboards, a dynamic job lifecycle from created to completed, and automated notifications for key updates, demonstrating core object-oriented programming principles along with practical implementations of polymorphism and design patterns and also exception handling. Design patterns like singleton, faked, observer using Java Swing and MySQL as the core technology stack. This is the three-tier architecture which we have used for our system. System architecture showcased with class diagram. The system is structured around the core object-oriented principles. There are some key classes. The user class is a parent for admin, technician, and customer subclasses demonstrating inheritance. Classes like equipment, job, part, and supplier show composition through their association. We applied the single responsibility principle. For example, the job class focuses only on job related operations. Clear separation of concerns maintained across UI, business logic, and data access. The database connection class implements the singleton pattern to ensure the single database access point in the backend, where role specific panels like admin panel encapsulate user specific functionalities. To boost flexibility, I applied key design patterns. First is state pattern. Each repair job transitions through states like created, assessed, ready for collection, and completed using state specific behavior. This makes status updates intuitive and extendable. Second, we used factory method. User factory dynamically creates user objects based on database user type. It promotes clean object oriented initiation and simplifies user management. Third, we used faked pattern in the cost calculation module. But how? Cost calculation dialog dot calculate totals method encapsulates all internal logic like parts cost, labor, and discounts into a single access point. This makes the future updates such as tax or currency changes easier and localized. Fourth, we used was observer pattern. Notifications are pushed to relevant users when a job status changes using observers. This loosely couples the repair job and the UI components. Now I will showcase you how polymorphism was implemented. First, we used subtype polymorphism using inheritance as shown here: admin panel, technician panel, customer panel, or extended J panel. Each one of them customizes behavior like a load data, but the main system treats them uniformly. Using card layout, I can switch between panels without needing to know their specific types. This simplifies the UI logic while allowing flexible role specific functionality. Second, we use parametric polymorphism. Here, default table model object is used to build flexible tables. As shown, one model adapts customer data with 7 columns and another handles job data with 4 columns. This eliminates redundant code and allows reuse of the same logic structure for different table types, making the UI more maintainable. This is an example of interface polymorphism using JDBC API. RDB connection.get connection method returns the connection interface, not a specific implementation, but this allows the rest of the system to remain loosely coupled from the actual database driver, ensuring flexibility and easier switching of the database providers if needed. Moving on to exception handling and robustness. To ensure system reliability, we applied structured exception handling, especially for database related operations. First, database exception handling. For driver loading, we wrap class not found exception into more informative SQL exception. This avoids cryptic crashes and makes debugging easier. For connection errors, we let SQL exception propagate. This enables the calling code to handle it based on context, whether it's logging error or showcasing user-friendly messages or retrying. Below is the highlighted code from database connection. Secondly, we have input validation. Having user errors, we prevent invalid submissions with pre-checks before hitting the database. Users get clear feedback through dialogues guiding corrections. Custom SQL error dialects ensure clarity and exceptions are wrapped to preserve stack traces for debugging. This keeps the system robust and user friendly. Third, we use SQL operation safety with data integrity. We use parameterized queries to prevent SQL injection critical for security. Errors are caught and displayed cleanly, avoiding stack traces for users. Try catch ensures resource cleanup and input sanitization before queries run. This keeps data safe and operations reliable. Unit testing and system validity. We applied unit testing to validate database connectivity, business logic, and input passing. As shown, we test connections and job status transitions using test methods. This ensures codes behave correctly even as the system evolves. Next, we have key challenges and its solutions. We faced two major issues during development. Challenge one was a null pointer exception during job assignment. This occurred when no technician was selected. We resolved it using objects dot require non-null to enforce validation before proceeding. Challenge 2 was database race conditions during a concurrent updates. We addressed this with transaction blocks, disabling auto commit and using rollback on failure to maintain data integrity. Despite improvements, two issues remain. Notification delivery latency. Currently, notifications are inserted synchronously into the database. We plan to implement synchronous email SMS queues to improve responsiveness. Cost calculation precision. Floating point rounding sometimes causes minor inaccuracies. As a temporary fix, we apply decimal format to display values consistently like 0.0. We ran extensive tests across core areas. Here are the test results summary and the key takeaways. Usability evaluation and feedback. We conducted informal user testing with two participants. Below are the results showcased for it. Now for secure login handling, we implemented multiple security layers. First was credential validation with parameterized SQL. Second was role-based redirection. Third was error handling and feedback. Fourth was secure structure. On the right, the flow diagram visualizes this process from user input to role-based panel loading or error messaging. This code showcases the actual implementation of login method in EDD technology system.java, which is the main Java file. Here we are showcasing the reflection and object-oriented mastery. This slide highlights two key improvements, technical design and the code quality we have achieved. Now I will be showcasing you the live project demo. Let's start. Welcome to the live demo of EDD technology system. This is XAMPP and this is PHP MyAdmin. We have created a database. These are the tables which I have made. This is the users table. Next I'll show you the promotions table. This is the customers table, equipments that they have uh, given, and this is the IDE where I have created the project. This is connected to the GitHub. This is the database file where we have connected the local host, and this is the validation which we have created if the database doesn't get initiated. Now let's run the program. Here is the login form. Now we will be registering a customer. So let's add the customer registration details. Now click on register button to register the customer. Here comes a message, registration successful, please log in. Now let's log in. Here is the user ID and password. Customer 10 is the user ID and password is customer 123. Here is the customer dashboard, my equipment. Here is the add equipment button where we can add equipments, repair job section, notification section. Now we will add an equipment. Let's add the details. We'll now save it and it will showcase a successful message. Now let's log into the admin panel. Here is the admin panel, and if you see the customer ID 8, we have registered the customer Darren Watkins. It showcases its details. We have buttons, add walk-in customer and flag unflag customer also. Then there is the equipment section where he has registered an equipment. Then there is the job section where uh, We have to create a job, assign technician and calculate the cost, then the suppliers section, then the promotions, add promotion, send promotion, equipments. Let's go to jobs and create a job. This is the 10th one, equipment. We have created a job successfully and John technician has been assigned to it. So the status right now is job created. We'll can assign the technician, we can change technicians from here and calculate cost. This is a validation which we have created. First the job must be assessed, then we can calculate the cost. Here is the supplier, we can remove a supplier, but first we need to choose a supplier to remove it. Right now we will not be doing it. We can add a supplier also by entering the details. Here is the promotion section. Let's add a promotion. Let's enter details. Let's give an offer of buy one get one phone cases. Let's save it. Promotion added successfully. Send the promotion offer will be sent to all registered customers. Right now there are eight customers. The notification has been sent to all. Let's log out and log in with the technician user ID and password. Now that I entered a wrong password, it showed me a validation message. Now let's enter the right password and log in. Here is the technician dashboard and the last one is the job created, which is recently. The speaker doesn't work. So now let's assess the job as a technician. So the speaker needs to be replaced. So we will add the description for as replace and the job has been assessed. Let's add the parts which is required, part name and all the details, the unit cost. We can choose the supplier also, adding the quantity. Click on add part and we are done, and we will now log out and uh, log in with the admin panel. Now we have logged into the admin panel. Let's go to the job section and the job has been assessed. Let's calculate the cost and it will be ready for collection. Let's add the labor cost. Labor cost is the default service charge and we are adding the discount as well. It will give you a total cost on it and we will save and notify the customer. Now let's log into the customer dashboard and check out the notification. Now we have logged into the customer dashboard. Let's go to the repair jobs and the status is ready for collection. Cost is $183 and the notification we have got the service charge and every detailed price for it, and we also got the promotion notification as well, which we did sent before to all our customers. This was it. This is the EDD technology system. Here we end our demo. Hope you liked it. Thank you. To conclude, EDD technology system applies solid OOPS principles like polymorphism and design patterns to build modular maintainable application. We ensured robust exception handling, making the system reliable and user friendly. For future improvements, I plan to integrate real-time notifications and add advanced admin reporting. Here the presentation comes to an end. Thank you for watching.